367 BHS open range roamer. Big, beautiful, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 slide bunkhouse here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This thing is gorgeous. I mean, obviously, any of the open range products have that full platinum body. You know, it gives it that great look. But what I like to focus on in these videos are the really unique properties that make this one worth investing versus another. Every fifth wheel is really cool for a different reason. They're all really good for different reasons, so why go with the Roamer by Open Range? That's what I want to focus on. Unfortunately, open ranges are really extremely unique in so many qualities. They do so many things different from most manufacturers that I can't cover everything. So I'm going to kind of just gloss over this thing, give you a quick 10-minute, roughly 15-minute overview. And then beyond that, just please call and you'll see that there's a lot more to learn about these. You know, full push button, easy operation, power awning. It's minimum 21 feet, and there's LED lighting in the tube so that you can see your patio at night. The big entry door window here, that's something you don't normally find until you are almost literally at twice this price point. It adds so much extra light, and obviously it's aesthetically awesome. You see 4 steps here. When you take yours home, hopefully there's no snow on them. Here in the Midwest, you know, we get all 4 seasons, and today it decided to snow on us. So, but you know, keep that in mind. I would much rather sit in my nice warm office sipping on hot cocoa. But when a dealer says they'll go above and beyond for you, we already have. We've braved the elements to come out here to capture stuff like this for you. Now, this is also a perfect day to talk about not just an enclosed underbelly. Seems like everybody's got an enclosed underbelly today. But the fact that every single open range is 0 degree tested. You know, everyone gets really worried about R factors. You know, if you look up the literature on this one, it says R38. That's a calculated value. It's not the actual R factor, but it doesn't matter because it passes 0 degree testing. That's what you need to find out. How cold can it get? And for me to hold my cabin temperature. So you see your front area here, big front storage, it's easy access. But notice these trays. Each side of the coach has twin 20-pound propane tanks that offer you 80 gallons of propane capacity, and they have slide-out trays, so it's easy to get to. The strong arm stabilizers, these are things that we love. If you try to like Google, how do I make my camper steady on my campsite? Everybody and their brother is going to point those things out to you because they are awesome. If you set this thing up and crank those down, this trailer is rock solid, and that's rare on big rigs like this. Galvanized steel roof trusses, all plywood decking, floor and ceiling. Your whole sidewall perimeter is fully laminated. A lot of RVs, if you walk up, the sidewalls of the slide out, they're usually laminated to some degree. But if you start looking at the sides of the slide boxes, the rear walls, things like that, they are not always laminated. I prefer lamination over non-lamination because in my mind it is stronger, it's more structural, especially on a slide box. If this entire slide box is not laminated, it is less likely to hold square. That means more likely to wiggle and have little slip gaps around your seams. Now, what's amazing is with the slide mechanism they're using in these, the slide doesn't even have to be all the way out to be sealed. It is always sealed. Not just when it's in, just when it's out, but when it's moving in or out. And that's really nice when you're packing up or setting up in the rain. Full private docking station. Becoming a little more common in this class, usually something you had to buy really high level stuff to get to. The frameless windows on the exterior give it that amazing space age look, obviously. And notice they do not use vinyl screw trim cover. What I mean by that is you'll see that little bubble white plastic, black plastic over your screws right here. They don't use that stuff because the sun hits it and it shrinks, and in a couple years it stops protecting your screws. Instead, they invest a little bit more money in a nice painted aluminum cap, and it's wider, it's stronger, it's wider, it lasts longer. Speaking of, you know, well, actually, it's not speaking of, I haven't touched on it yet. Here's another unique fact on open ranges. They're wide body. Most RVs are 96 inches wide. This is a 100-inch wide body coach, bigger here, and then it has 42-inch slides, not 36-inch slides. So when this thing's all opened up, it's somewhere between 8 to 14 inches wider depending on the floor plan. So every single open range is wide body. They're all 0 degree tested. They all have fully walkable roofing. They're all really nicely insulated. This one is an outside kitchen model, and I love how they do their outside kitchens because everything's very close and ergonomically friendly. Everything comes to you, and you'll see that a recurring thing like your storage. It's all very good at coming to you instead of you digging for it. Notice you still get the really big refrigerator here, Dad's medicine cabinet, if you will. I love that phrase, obviously. But you have extra storage space even in the outside kitchen. You have hidden hinge cabinetry. You get nicer cabinetry everywhere here. You don't get cheaper stuff. Now here in the interior, in the kitchen, you'll see Corian countertops. However, out here where there's a lot of water, instead of using normal press board like everybody, they're using a molded resin top. Water can't get into that and soak into it and cause it to bulge and get weak or anything like that. And you're going to splash water out here. It's outside. It's going to get rained on, or maybe in the case of today, snowed on and things like that. Let's see. Covered most of the high points. Let's step inside real quick. Now, if you heard some of the rumbling tractor noise, I apologize, but I did that so I could turn some power on here. Now, this color scheme, what is this called? It's called Saddle or something like that. I'm still learning my color schemes on these because they change periodically, and we carry a lot of brands. It's a lot to remember. But the point, the pictures usually represent the actual unit in stock. This video is here to tell you about the Roamer and open range. So if the pictures look different, the pictures are probably more accurate. You see this little tabletop right here. The tabletop stores under the bed, and you have two of those you can put in. So a lot of people look at this and go, oh man, I don't have a dinette. Yes, you do. You actually have two dinettes. Or you can set up one dinette and one lounge. You can do it either way. You don't have anything less than other fifth wheels, but you can have more. That's what I like about this. Both sides of the sofa have really easy pull-out storage. Remember what I talked about with the storage coming to you? This is what I mean. The middle section here is a giant sleeper sofa. So you can open that sucker up, and this whole thing is a sleeper sofa. All LED lights everywhere. It's really nice. You don't have to worry about replacing incandescent bulbs, especially on your marker lights and stuff like that. And trying to replace those can be a nightmare because all you can do is pull a bulb out and walk to a service center and look at the guy and just say, please help me find the right one. It's a pain. Standard air conditioner in your living room here is a 15,000. All open ranges have racetrack ducted AC, meaning your ducting is in an oval. It doesn't have a stop point like most. That promotes better airflow. It means better, faster, more even cooling. And if you add the second AC to these, then it also ties into that racetrack system. I think we've added let me look. Yes, we did add the second air conditioner to this. This has a 28,500 BTU AC system. It's absolutely huge. Now, what's cool, the furnace can vary by floor plan, but they upgrade the furnace to meet the demands of the floor plan to always achieve that 0-degree tested rating. Big honking microwave in this thing, and I love how big that is. And again, what's nice is the way their slides are set up, you have lots of extra counter space. Pardon my clipboard, that's how I keep track of what I need to do out here. But again, storage comes to you. I love that kind of stuff. You know, the storage comes to you. And I love that they give you a spot for a trash can. In a Roamer, we have Corian countertops, like I mentioned outside. It's all flush mount, so you can use this like countertop space. There are power outlets hidden all over this island. In this one, we have upgraded from the standard 8 cubic foot fridge to a 50% larger 12 cubic fridge. That is the largest you can get to have gas and electric service in your RV, so you can still tow very easily without worrying about inverters and very fun stuff like that. The other benefit here is it's 50% larger than the average refrigerators, than the normal one, but it's 100% larger than the average refrigerator in the industry. Big, all floor-to-ceiling pantry and cabinets here. You'll never get enough storage in any RV, but man, it's nice to try. Let's go back here to the bunk space. This has what's called a party room upgrade. And remember that options and upgrades in this video can differ from the one in stock. This is generally how we will equip them, though the color schemes may change. I do want to mention, though, that sometimes you don't see this. The party room upgrade is these pillows you're looking at here and this little dinette that you're seeing right here instead of just a bunk. It allows this to be used like an expanded living room. You can still use it like a bunkhouse. Obviously, you see that the overhead bunk here folds up out of the way during the day. However, it gives you the option of having an expanded living room or just an extra space for the kids to go. I call this the parents' sanity room sometimes, and I think you know why I say that. Easy access storage under the dinette. And notice that everything in here is aluminum framed. Everything. You know, they don't use cheap framework under anything. Again, storage comes to you. You don't have to dig for the storage. So obviously this sofa, you pull those cushions off and that becomes a bunk. And this up here is about a 50% larger bunk. And have you noticed how bright it is in this bunkhouse? That's because every sleeping space has no less than 2 lights nearby. They have tons of lighting here in this bunkhouse. Even this overhead bunk that I'm basically covering up, you see that it has... oops, bumped something there. It has 2 lights and its own big window. Every window opens for ventilation. These things are awesome. They're awesome. Swinging forward, just the opposite look here, looking toward the entryway. You have full floor-to-ceiling storage here, though this little pocket is utilized by the central control center. You operate all of your slides, your awning, everything right there. TV's obviously included. We simply pull that out for storage. Your stereo is all-in-one, AM, FM, CD, DVD. It is Bluetooth enabled. It just does everything, and it looks sharp. It's an awesome unit. I've had someone ask me, what is that black plug down there? That is the pre-prepping for a wall-mounted fireplace. So if you get one of those little aftermarket electric fireplaces, you have a spot to plug it in. They literally think of everything. They give you 2 steps, not 3. We have upgraded linoleum-type flooring in here that's more cold resistant. The bathroom is awesome. You have this big walk-in shower, you know, with a nice seating area. You don't have to step into a tub. This isn't a travel trailer. It's not a bunkhouse in a travel trailer. It's a nice fifth wheel. It's a classy fifth wheel. It has a residential shower. We have a residential porcelain toilet with a foot flush. We don't have a plastic camper toilet. Again, more storage, and again, the storage comes to you. Everything is plywood boxed. Notice that even the front of the drawer has a plywood box. Some manufacturers cheat by mounting the fascia of the door to the side of the box. It's not as strong structurally. It can't hold as much. You see, you have, again, everything comes to you. Perfect place to like set a blow dryer and whatnot. We have extra storage and plugs back here. Man, even up here, every single thing is big as it can get. Moving into the bedroom. Again, when you add the second AC from the factory, it is fully ducted and racetrack ducting. That means your air ducting doesn't just go here and stop. It circles back around and it cycles through the whole coach. Front and rear air conditioners work together to cool the whole coach, and see that you get 2 thermostats, one for front and rear AC. Now what's interesting is in the control panel, you'll see a switch for front AC, rear AC. What that means is that this coach can be wired up with 3 air conditioners if you are so inclined. However, the middle one is the master. The middle living room is always active. If you add a bunkhouse and a bedroom air conditioner, you flip a switch to choose which one is active. Considering the way they're ducted, we like to opt to put the extra AC here in the bedroom, and the bunkhouse we've not had complaints with them getting warm. Big front wardrobe over here, and you see that this is washer dryer prepped. And I love that they bring the floor of the wardrobe up to create, again, more storage that comes to you. Big, deep boot boxes. Now, because they bring this up, they create a shelf you can actually use. It's fantastic. And you do see things like power outlets by the beds for folks that need CPAP machines. Now, this is a honking big slide out up here in the bedroom. You notice you have a second wardrobe in the slide out off the floor, giving you bonus storage space. This is all extra hanging space and storage space you would not get otherwise. Perfect spot for a vacuum cleaner, by the way. Grew up with a mom and a grandma that always found a spot to put a broom and a vacuum in an RV, and for some reason, I always look for it. So give us a call, 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. I know I've missed so much. Like, oh my God, one of my favorite parts of this, the 2-year warranty. This has double the warranty of almost everything else in this class. The only other manufacturer I know of that has a 2-year warranty and a fifth wheel, we carry. So, I mean, this is a high-class product. We try to have nice products out here, and we like things that perform. We want it to stay in your driveway. We want you to be so happy with this. Give us a call. We can make that happen. You're going to have an awesome time. Take care. Stay safe. Happy camping.